What? Who's got next?
Welcome back to the Blacktop, y'all, where I always got next. So as y'all see, I had to bust out the LeBron jersey once again for another video. If you're a hoops head, everybody knows that LeBron passed Karl Malone last night for the second all-time leading scorer. So we're going to kind of dive into all that and that type of stuff. So before we get into everything, as always, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button down low if you're a hoops head. Not sure why you haven't already. But with that being said, let's get right into it. So the number 2 all-time scorer now is held by LeBron James, man. And he put on a show last night, and he was really getting whatever he wanted out there against the Wizards. I didn't get a chance to watch the game again. I don't have League Pass for every team. I actually only have it for the Hawks. Next season, I'm actually probably going to get it for every team. So I'll be able to do a little bit more recaps on games and everything like that for next season. But LeBron last night looked amazing. I mean, everybody knew he was going to get it last night. He only needed, I think, 20 points, and that's light work for LeBron, right? I mean, he's been doing this year, scoring wise, has been incredible at age 37. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking LeBron is stat padding. You know, the Lakers are dog shit, which that's the difference. The Lakers are an atrocity. They're terrible. They blew another lead last night against the Wizards. I'm not going to get into all that just yet, but I'm going to talk about LeBron for a second and what he was able to do last night was just incredible. Passing Karl Malone for the number 2 all-time scorer, that really is like an incredible achievement. I mean, being really top 3 in general is an incredible achievement, or even top 5, even top 10 really. But for him to not really be known as a quote-unquote scorer and be number 2 all-time and is eventually going to pass Kareem for number 1, it's pretty inevitable. He'll have it within the next year or two. He's not that far behind him now, so he's going to eventually pass Kareem and go down as the number 1 all-time leading scorer. And a lot of people are going to ask, what does that do for LeBron's legacy? Is he now considered the undisputed GOAT for being number 1 all-time scorer? On top of all the accomplishments that he has. And me personally, I don't think so. And I know a lot of Lakers fans, a lot of LeBron fans may view that differently, and I understand. I mean, if you're a LeBron head, you're probably going to think LeBron's the GOAT, and I get it. One of my homeboys is a diehard LeBron fan, and we always debate. He thinks LeBron is the greatest. I think Jordan's the greatest. But this isn't a GOAT debate. I'm not here to talk about that. That's not why we're making this video. We're just here to talk about LeBron and give him his flowers for passing Karl Malone, and eventually will be known as the number 1 all-time leading scorer in NBA history. So I'm excited for that. Now, whenever that does happen, I will be watching that game. I don't care what the circumstance is. I will be watching that game. Kind of similar to a couple years ago, whenever Kobe's last game and the Warriors chasing the 73rd win of the regular season, you had to pick and choose between which game you wanted to watch. I myself watched every single minute of that Kobe game. I was not missing it, and I was not upset about it. But again, different topic. So whenever he does get ready to pass Kareem, I will be watching that game. Shout out to LeBron, man. Excellent performance. He definitely deserves this. He's never been known as a scorer. And I think the reason why to that is because LeBron's not really the definition of like a quote-unquote pure scorer, right? I mean, when you think about pure scorers, you think about Kobe, Jordan, KD, Melo, guys like that, even T-Mac, guys that can score by not only dominating the game, but just, I don't really know how to explain it, because everything that defines like a pure scorer kind of fits LeBron's description. But when you look at LeBron's career, he's been dominant in terms of getting to the paint. And he's never been a great jump shooter like those other guys. I mean, Jordan wasn't a great three-point shooter. But then again, the three-point wasn't really utilized back then. If he played in today's game, I guarantee he would be. But those guys were able to dominate a game just by jump shooting. And I'm not saying that's what defines a pure scorer. Everybody has their own opinion on it, but I just don't see LeBron as a pure scorer. Even though he's number 2 all time now, and it's crazy to say that, but he just has always dominated the game differently than them other guys by getting to the rack, getting fouled. Even though he's not a great free throw shooter for his career, he's never been a great 3-point shooter. He just has always dominated through getting to the paint. Kind of like Giannis now. When you think about Giannis, you don't think about Giannis as a pure scorer, but he's a top 3 scorer in the NBA. He ain't no pure scorer though, because he's not gonna kill you outside the perimeter. And that's kind of how LeBron has been throughout his career. Now, granted, he has had his games where he hits 7, 8 threes, like when he dropped 61 against Charlotte back when they were the Bobcats, and he was on fire from 3. Of course, he has his games. A lot of guys do, but that doesn't make him a pure scorer. And don't take this the wrong way as me hating on LeBron, because I'm not hating on LeBron. And, you know, it is what it is. Take it for what it's worth. He's still the number 2 all-time leading scorer. Gonna finish number 1, so let's just soak in the moment and let LeBron have his moment. Give him his flowers and really just respect what he's done for the NBA and what he's going to be doing in the next year or so. Let's kind of talk about the Lakers, man. And they are bad. And I get AD still out. That's fine. But when you have a LeBron-led team, he's led worse teams than this. And they can't play defense. They continue to blow leads or get blown out. It's either they blow a lead and lose or get blown out. It's like, what the hell are they doing? I think LeBron has accepted that this season is an L. I think he is kind of just putting up those score numbers, even though it's probably going to be in a loss. And I get it. I mean, chase the scoring title, man, while you still got time, because that's just another accolade that's going to be added to his resume. Another scoring title. He'll have now 2 if he wins it this year, which he might. It's going to be close between him and Embiid, and I think Giannis is 3rd. I can't remember the exact order. But, I mean, with that being said, the Lakers are not very good. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think even if they do get to a play-in, they're going to lose the play-in game. But we'll see. I'm not going to bet against LeBron, especially if he's healthy in the play-in game, because he's going to do whatever it takes to get them to the playoffs. But even if they make the playoffs, they're getting swept in the first round by Phoenix or Golden State or even Memphis. Maybe get one game. We'll see. But that's pretty much all I got, man. I wanted to hop on here for a little bit, talk about LeBron. There was a couple other games on last night. I didn't get a chance to watch any of them. Again, I don't have League Pass. I don't even know if any of them were on TV, to be honest with you. I was out doing my own thing last night, kind of having fun. So I know the Mavericks really sold me, man. I needed them to beat the Hornets last night. The Hornets are now a half a game up on Atlanta for the 9 seed. So we're kind of battling with them for the 9th and 10th seed, hoping we can get maybe to number 8. But I really need the Mavericks to win last night. They sold me. I seen the Timberwolves beat the Bucks in a game that Giannis didn't play, beat them pretty big. And I'll tell you what, man, the Timberwolves, watch out for them next season and in the playoffs, because they are now starting to creep up, and they're now 12 games over 500. And this is a young team that can really play. When you talk about Anthony Edwards, D'Lo, and Karl Anthony Towns, that little trio that they got, and add the role players in. Jared Vanderbilt has played really well this year. Malik Beasley sometimes is out there doing cardio. if you've seen what I'm talking about, one of his last games, he had a goose egg at everything. So I thought that was pretty funny. A couple games on last night, but everybody obviously, you know, was there talking about the Lakers. So I'm gonna leave it there, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Leave a like, and I will catch y'all next episode.